In this video, I want to show you how to position yourself in the marketplace. A lot of small business entrepreneurs, investors, influencers, even pastors and ministers, because I'm all of the above, they make the mistake of improperly positioning themselves in the marketplace. Let me give an example. When you go into the marketplace, that means you want to do business with people in the marketplace. You're looking for customers, you're looking for clients, you're looking for leads, you're looking for followers, you're looking for attention, you want to build a brand, you want to market yourself because there's something that you want to sell or something you want to do to make an impact. When you go into the marketplace, you have to be very strategic about who you are presenting to the world or to the marketplace. All right? Here's an example. You have a product that you want to sell. All right? Think about the product you want to sell. Something very common. You want to sell apparel. You have this design that you want to put on a shirt, you want to put on a hoodie, you want to put on a hat, and you want to start this apparel company. Okay? Well, guess what? That's a product that you want to sell. Most individuals who come up with the idea to sell a product, like an apparel company in this example, what they do is they go out into the marketplace with the apparel. I'm going to put just apparel, APP, apparel. I can't even spell it. Co. LLC. It's the Apparel Co. LLC, right? 123 Apparel LLC. So this person goes out into the marketplace and they're marketing this product. I am the apparel guy. I'm the apparel gal. Again, I'm not saying that that's bad, but for most small business entrepreneurs, that model doesn't work. And partly because they incorrectly position themselves in the marketplace. If it was me, like I have, selling apparel, instead of me going into the marketplace as the apparel guy, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to first set up my Holdco, my holding company first, because my Holdco LLC gives me the ability to do R&D. I'm doing research and development. This is my incubator. I'm also going to use my Holdco, which you can, for my consulting, for my intellectual assets, because I'm a subject matter expert. What am I a subject matter expert in? Oh, I'm a subject matter expert in apparel. I would rather introduce myself to the marketplace as a subject matter expert in apparel, in logo design, in branding and marketing these types of items, so that when I do introduce the apparel LLC, my value for the sale of the apparel goes up. Why? Because the marketplace doesn't necessarily see me as the apparel guy trying to sell a product of apparel. They actually see me as a subject matter expert who, even before you purchase apparel from me, I can provide a consultation to you. Now, we're just talking about something as simple as apparel. It might not be that clear cut, but let's get into services. This could be a landscaping company, something very common that I have. Instead of me going into the market as the landscaping guy or the painter or the detailer, I would prefer to go into the marketplace as the consultant or subject matter expert in landscaping, in painting, or whatever the service is that I provide. So at least I can provide high-level advice, high-level information, high-level consulting for the client who, by the way, would prefer to use my service company as opposed to someone else, which this could be a business in and of itself. I've done this multiple times. Every business that I have, whether it's a product I'm selling in that business or a service I'm providing in that business, I have to some extent properly positioned myself first as the consultant, as the subject matter expert who understands that industry, who understands that sector, who understands that market, so that when I'm having conversations with people, they are high-level conversations. And those high-level conversations are so valuable to the people I have them with. All I have to do is have one of those, by the way, conversations. I happen to own a company that provides the service that I'm giving you subject matter expert advice on. I've taught this to students. I've worked with clients on this, and the ones that have listened to me and have implemented this, they have seen tremendous results. Again, there are many people who just take the product LLC, the service LLC, and they go into the market with the product LLC, service LLC, and they make money. And they're in the red ocean with sharks and blood trying to fight and bite for the next customer or the next client. And then you have this few exceptional group of people who have the product LLC, who have the service LLC, but who have covered the LLC as a subsidiary with a Holdco, and they're using the Holdco to leverage their high-level consulting services as a subject matter expert. Even if they're not selling the consulting services, they're still offering it. They're front-ending this product and service business with the consulting. I just talked to one of my students that has been in my program for years now, just the other day, and he was telling me that this same philosophy that I'm talking about, the same strategy that I'm sharing with you, that they still hold true to it today, and that just recently they had someone to reach out to them about a service that they were looking for. It gave him an opportunity to share with them, yes, I own a company that provides that service, but I am this guy. And so as this guy, I would prefer to come out, give you a high-level consultation as a subject matter expert so that we can paint a broad picture for what it is that you need. We can assess it correctly. This is all complimentary. And once we make the assessment and you understand all the details of this assessment and I understand your vision, then we can give you the best recommendation on what service or what services are best for that vision that you have based on my assessment. Guess what happened? He went out there, he did just that, like he's done multiple times since he's learned this strategy, and his service subsidiary that he happened to own, by the way, got the job. So again, there's a lot of layers that you have to unpack if you would like to learn more about how to become a master at this strategy, because this is one of the most transformational strategies that I've used, and it has helped me tremendously. I'll give you one example and really a story before I go. 23 years ago, when my wife and I got married, she was a real estate agent. I was Mr. Fix-It. We did not even know how valuable we were, but what we did know is that we were going to be full-time entrepreneurs. We were going to be a two-person team. We were also ministers. This was even before we started our first church as pastors, but we were still ministers. And we did not understand this strategy that I'm sharing with you. After we started working with clients who wanted to buy a house or who wanted to sell a house, she was their agent. It was just as simple as that. But because they needed help with maybe getting the house ready to sell it, or maybe they didn't have enough money to buy the house they wanted, and they needed to find a house that was cheaper, that needed some work, like a fixer-upper. I started getting involved in those conversations, and my wife and I started putting these strategies together, assessing the situation better, and coming up with creative ways that we could sell the house and get them more money, or buy the house and get them money at close, and all these different strategies. It hit me that my wife and I, we're actually consulting people, because we're helping them find the right lenders, the right contractors. We're making sure that the inspectors and the appraisals are all in place. Like, we did everything. And we realized that, wait a minute, we are consulting people. Immediately, we started shifting from the sales gal who was selling her real estate services, and the handyman who was selling his I can paint the room service. We shifted to, we are real estate consultants. And guess what that did? That took our value through the roof and immediately increased our income, because now we were able to operate at a higher level. We were able to reposition ourselves in the marketplace as real estate consultants who, if a client, whether they want to buy a house, sell a house, lease a house, invest in a property, be landlords or whatever, we could sit down with them, have a consultation, see their vision, assess their vision, and give them the best strategy. Guess what happened? All the ancillary or secondary services that we offered them were automatically accepted, because they were like, hey, why should I go to this guy or gal, even though you recommended me to have that, when you have a company that provides that? You see what I'm saying? So again, it does take some education and training. You have to learn the nuances. You have to unpack it and integrate it into what you're doing. But I have an entire program, education and mentorship program, that provides this. If you are a busy entrepreneur and you don't have a lot of time to watch videos and to sit in sessions, whether they're one-on-one sessions or group sessions, I have a program called the Holdco Accelerator, where we build the infrastructure for you. We actually file form paperwork, draft documents for you. We put it together, deliver it to you. And during that advisory service period, which is a 90-day period in this Holdco Accelerator program, we sit with you to put the right strategies together for you, so that you can understand this from A to Z, dot I's, cross T's, and go out and be great. If you're interested in it, just click the link in the description. Let's schedule a strategy call. I'd be more than happy to help you.